Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Hall County Sports TV. I'm your host, Garry Glenn. Got lots of news from the Diamond this week, and we begin things with college softball. Last week at the NAIA National Softball Tournament in Gulf Shores, Alabama, the Brenau Golden Tigers continued on as they entered bracket play. Tigers beating 18th-ranked Auburn Montgomery 4-0 and Central Baptist 8-4 as they went to 5-0 in the double elimination tournament. Jenny Shepard went to 16-5 with a win over AUM as she went the distance, striking out 5 and giving up only 2 hits. Katie Bolin had a double and an RBI, while Tiffany Schandera and Elena Lazar had a hit and a run scored apiece. The Tigers beat Central thanks in large part to a 5-run first inning as 7 of their first 8 hitters got on base. For the game, Ellen Black went 3 for 4 with 3 RBI and a homer. Sally Dugan was 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Anna Manis got the complete game win, striking out 7 as she scattered 5 hits. Things were looking good, and then 2 straight losses sent the Golden Tigers home. They lost 5-1 to Shorter College and 2-1 to Oklahoma City. Brenau went 44-16 this season. Golden Tigers actually led 1-0 in the first inning, but Oklahoma City had 2 big doubles in the top of the 6th to score 2 runs and take the win. Tiffany Schandera 2 for 3 with 1 RBI for Brenau. Jenny Shepard led the Golden Tigers against Shorter, going 2 for 4 with 1 RBI, and Anna Manis finished 2 for 3. And head coach Devin Thomas, dealing with a family situation, had a death in the family, and thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. But we bring to the show now assistant coach Gary Hatfield and Tiffany Schandera. Thanks, guys, for coming in.
You're welcome.
All right, first of all, talk to me about you didn't know that you were going to get in. Had to get an at-large bid, but once you got there, you proved you belonged, didn't you?
Right, we definitely did.
All right, Gary, when you got there and you're facing this national tournament, and you and I have talked kind of before we turned on the cameras about it, a lot of people go their whole careers, a long time, and never get an invite to the national tournament. Right. You've been a couple of times now.
Right. Very good coach in our conference has been there 20 years and never made it to the tournament. So this is our second time. Our seniors made it their first year as freshmen, and this year they really wanted to go back. Things worked out. We got a bid and got to go back. And we said if we get the chance, we'll show them what we can do.
And you come out of pool play undefeated, right?
Right.
So tell me now when you get into bracket play. This is kind of a different animal now, right?
Bracket play is the best 8 out of the 32 teams that got there. You come into pool play, there's 4 teams. There's eight of the pools, and you come out, and those best 8 come out and play. Regular double elimination tournament, and we just go at it for the next 2 days.
Well, Tiffany, personally now, you had a pretty good tournament, didn't you?
I did fairly well.
Well, tell me about that now.
You know, there's so much excitement going into the game. You don't know what to expect. You know, I personally have never been there before being a junior. But I just loved it. I felt like, you know, you play every game like it's your last, and you just give it all that you can. So
you lose, Shorter eventually won it all, right? So you lose a game to the eventual tournament champion and finish 3rd?
Finished 3rd.
Wow, 3rd in the nation. Not too bad, huh?
Yeah.
That's something that nobody can ever take away from you too, right?
Right.
Once you get there. What has been the key this year? Guys, I'm going to ask both of you a question for the team. Is it a combination of pitching, hitting, and defense, or has it one thing been overshadowing some of the rest?
All together, all 3. You have to put all 3 pieces into the game. You know, even if one's falling, one picks up and takes over, you know, you got to try to equal them out as much as you can.
What about it, Gary, from coach's point?
Coach's point, well, me being the hitting coach, I didn't think our hitting was where it should have been all year long, but they came around the second half of the season. We started getting better as the year went on. Pitching was there all year long. Defense was there all year long. I think we finished 1 or 2 in the nation in defense. So we give ourselves a chance almost every game. When we hit the ball well, we were there.
You had some All-Americans last year, and I expect you're going to have some this year too, aren't you?
We'll see. You know, I never know about those things. Coach probably put it in. We'll see how the voting went. Those things you never know. That's in somebody else's hands.
All right. Overall, as I said, finished 44-16, 3rd in the nation. Do you feel, you know, reasonably good about the season?
I do. At first, you know, it was kind of shaky, but actually, you know, we all still worked hard and put our all into it, and it finally paid off.
All right. Got to ask you, Coach, what you got coming back? Got her coming back, we know.
Pitching's coming back. Most of the infield's coming back. So got a good nucleus coming back, got an outfielder coming back. We've got a good nucleus coming back, some good recruits coming in. So it's still a bright future. Don't count us down just because we lost some people. We'll be back playing hard again.
And Tiffany, success breeds success, doesn't it? People see the program finishing 3rd in the nation, and they want to be a part of that, don't they?
Correct. They, you know, Coach mentioned he got plenty of emails coming in as we went farther and farther in the tournament, which is great for our school.
All right. future bright for the Brenau Golden Tigers softball, we think, huh?
Think so. Looks good right now. The recruits we got coming in, some really good recruits, and like she said, got some emails from even California, some pitchers that want to come out and see Brenau.
All right, good. Tiffany, congratulations on a great year personally, and being All-American last year, and then maybe in the running again. Maybe in the running again for that. And Gary, thanks for coming in.
Always.
You and I got a chance to do a little something maybe this weekend at the APC Nationals, huh?
Right. Looking forward to that too. But another story in itself.
Yeah, another story, and that story can be told sometime next week. And we'll wish both you and me lots of the good kind of luck, because we can always use that. All right. All right. Gary Hatfield, Tiffany Schandera, Brenau softball. We're back, and we take you to the round ball court with some news and basketball after these timeouts.
Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the pastor here at McEver Road United Methodist Church. And I was thinking this morning about how complicated life is. We have a lot of choices to make in life and not a whole lot of guidelines to do it sometimes. It's like being a parent. You know, I'd hoped when I was a parent that our kids would come into the world with their instructions printed on their bottom, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And parenting is so much guesswork. I'm amazed that we hear so many people talk on TV, and we can go into the bookstores and see the books and the folks on TVs that have all the answers, but you and I know that they don't have all the answers. And the answers aren't as simple as they tell us sometimes, that all you have to do is smile just right, or say this thing, or feed your children this, and everything will be all right. You know, Jesus gathered with his followers after he was raised from the dead on a mountain in Galilee. And in Matthew 28, it tells us in verse 17 that even then some doubted. And I think that's interesting that the church was formed with some doubt in it. We don't have all the answers. We have some answers, but we don't have all of them. And if you'd like to be part of a community that doesn't have all the answers, but that can help you be at peace with the questions, well, then we invite you to join us at McEver Road. We invite you to come by and visit us at one of our worship services. Won't you come and see?
Hall County Sports is brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. And remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair at 770-535-7278. And by McEver Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McEver Road in Oakwood with 3 worship services every Sunday morning, Kids Town and adult small groups. McEver Road United Methodist Church is dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ.
We're back. I'm Garry Glenn. This is Hall County Sports. The coach that led the East Hall boys basketball team to the 2005 Class AA title, 3 state semifinal appearances, and 7 state playoff appearances in 8 years, has taken another job. Joe Dix called it one of the hardest decisions he has ever had to make. In 8 years, he led the Vikes to a record of 187-52, 5 Lanierland titles, 7 playoff spots, 3 region championships, 3 Final Fours, and that state championship. Riverside Military Academy, meanwhile, has appointed Lazarus Chenault Jr. as their new head basketball coach beginning this upcoming season. He'll take over for Ron Smith. Coach Chenault joined Riverside in 2008, been coaching there since 2009. He previously was an assistant on the Riverside Eagles basketball team that was the 8AA sub-region champions, and they earned a state playoff berth during the 29-10 season. He began his playing career at Washington Wilkes High School, where he was all-region and all-state as a junior and senior in Class AA. After graduating from high school in '93, he attended Carl Sandburg Junior College in Illinois and was in Street Smith Magazine's Junior College Honorable Mention list. He went on to attend Western Carolina University, where he helped win the Southern Conference Championship and an entry into the 1996 NCAA tournament. He also played some pro ball with USBL and in Mexico, and Coach Chenault is scheduled to be with us right here on next week's show. Meanwhile, Riverside will also see some major coaching changes in the coaching staff lineup for the upcoming football season. The 2012 Eagle staff will include Gary Downs, whom we had on recently, you remember, as the new head coach, Kelly Davis as defensive coordinator, Hal DeLong as quarterbacks coach, Ron Green as offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, and Gary Papka as strength and conditioning coordinator, inside linebackers coach. Sam Hilton and Zeb Lackey will each return for their second season to RMA. Hilton will coach the outside linebackers on the defense and running backs on the offense, and Lackey will coach the wide receivers. Back to the Diamond when we return.
There are hundreds of options when choosing apparel or promotional items at J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case. We're all about quality and competitive pricing. Sports items are in stock. Look for special pricing on Letterman jackets, corporate apparel, corporate gifts, and custom embroidery. All local high schools should check out the line of spirit wear and trophies. We're also offering custom screen printing available for any team sport. Be on the winning side when you choose J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case, locally owned and operated at 250 Dawsonville Highway, Gainesville. Call 770-718-0062 or on the web at jgeyer.com and trophycaseltd.com.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, insuring your future since 1905.
Hall County Sports is brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. And remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair at 770-535-7278. And by McKelvey Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKelvey Road in Oakwood with 3 worship services every Sunday morning, Kids Town and adult small groups. McKelvey Road United Methodist Church is dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ.
We're back. I'm Garry Glenn, and this is Hall County Sports. Now, we're going to take you back to the high school baseball diamond this segment because on last week's show, got a little rushed. I had to just do the highlight kind of thing. And I'm going to bring to the show right now Coach Jeremy Kemp with the Gainesville High School Red Elephants. Jeremy, first of all, we appreciate you. I know it was an emotional time for you and Stephen Mason. We had you both on the show last week right after the game. But I wanted to give you some time to reflect on some things and think about a great season that you had at 32-2 overall. First of all, let me just get your overall thoughts on the season that you had. It was, you were 31-0, which set some records along the way for Gainesville High School, and not easy to do, as you pointed out, at a place like Gainesville.
Yeah, it was a great season. Looking back on it, we all don't like the way it ended. We wanted to end, with a state championship, but it didn't happen. And the guys played hard all season long, and it was a lot of fun to watch. We made mistakes, but we made them full speed, and that's something I'm proud of, and I know they are too.
Let's go back to the quarterfinals, the Elite Eight now, and you mercy ruled Carrollton 11-1, 12-1. Michael Geddes had a pair of triples. One was a three-run triple, really got you going. He also had home runs. Skylar Weber had a 3-run homer in each of those games. Hunter Anglin had two-run home runs in game 2. The bats really woke up. You don't really see mercy rule games in the Elite Eight very often, do you?
No, we were playing our best ball. That day was our best day of baseball all season long. We played really well. Carrollton's a great team. They finished second in 6 AAA, which is second to Columbus. That's saying a lot. So, we played good baseball that day, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
They really put it all together, I thought, down the stretch before you got to the Final Four series. You had the pitching, the hitting, the defense, everything was going. Everything was clicking.
Yeah. Even the Ringgold series, the day we split with them, we played great baseball. We just made a couple costly mistakes, and it happens, but it's hard to get over right now.
Yeah, 4-3 that first game in the Ringgold series, a loss for the first loss of the season. Now in the 5th, I'm going to take you back to that base running thing.
Yeah.
That was I thought might have been key to the series, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah. It was. We got a little too far off third base, and he got thrown behind. A little late seeing a stop sign, but that's part of it. He was going full speed. He was thinking score and tie this baby up, and and Luke does a great job for us and did awesome for us. And then we got caught too far, making it too big of a turn coming around second, and so they doubled us up on an odd double play, and it cost us. It was definitely the turning point of the game, and I hate to see it happen.
Well, yeah. I mean, in a loss like that, there's a lot of sure second guessing of players and coaching, isn't there? I mean, if you get walloped, you say, okay, well, there's nothing much we could have done. But when it's one run or a little bit of this, you say, well, what coulda, woulda, shoulda, but it's over with, and you got to put it behind you.
Yeah, I'm sure we've all done that. I know I've been doing that the last week. What could I have done different? And it's part of the game, though. That's what makes it a great game.
Well, we wondered what would happen when you lost finally, and then you proved what you could do, because you bounced back in game 2 and won 12-2. A grand slam by Stephen Mason in that particular game. So
yeah, that was a great game. Beating Ringgold like that, really says something, because they're a great baseball team. I think them and Columbus play today for the state championship. So, and I'm sure they're going to give Columbus all they want. So
you had and then we go to game 3, which was wound up lopsided 11-3. But there was another kind of a base running miscommunication in that game too. Although this one, maybe other things, like you said, after that particular game, when you get beat 11-3, a lot of things could have gone better for you.
Well, that one was just a hard ground ball. It was unfortunate. David Gonzalez was at third. It was a hard ground ball to third, and he really didn't have time to get back to the bag. And he stayed in the rundown, but just not quite long enough. The kid coming from first, Michael Geddes, he made a big turn coming around second, and he kind of couldn't make up his mind whether to go to third or stay at second, and he was caught right there in the middle. And it's unfortunate too, but like you said, we walked 10 batters that game, so there's a lot more than just that one base running mistake. Whereas in the first game, we ran the bases a little bit better in the first game. I think we would have won that one. This one, I don't think that this one played too big a part in the outcome of the game.
But 32-2, not a bad year, Jeremy.
It was fun. It was definitely a step in the right direction. I'm proud of them. First time we've been in the Final Four since 2002. So, we've got the program back on the map. So hopefully we can keep taking steps here in the near future.
And got a good many people. Although you've had some great seniors, some key seniors. Now, by the way, great kids. Every time and the people that watch this television show know what kind of quality kids you have, because we've interviewed a lot of them. But Coach, you're going to graduate some, but what you got coming back?
Well, we graduate 6, and they're all 6 great kids. I mean, they're unbelievable. I love them all, and we're going to miss them.
Well, let's mention some names here.
David Gonzalez, Stephen Mason, and Ryan Griffith have all been 4-year starters for me, so they've been fixtures in our lineup. Shad Petrie played different type roles all year long. Usually started on defense and pitched for us, pitched great. Had the 12 strikeout game against Johnson, a good team, and then you got Ryan Pitts, who played defense for us, and Jacob McConnell, who's just an outstanding young man, and we're going to miss them all. But as far as starters coming back, we have 6 starters returning, and then we're losing, one of the 3 in the starting 3-man rotation. So, it's a bright future. We feel good about next year. Still got some holes to fill, and definitely the biggest question mark, I guess, is leadership. What's going to happen there? Because the senior leaders we had this year were the best I've ever had, period. I mean, it's not even close. They're just unbelievable.
Well, what was it like to be a part of the spring season at Gainesville High School? I mean, where you had teams, different teams playing in 5 Final Fours. We won 2 state championships in golf, and we're a runner-up in boys soccer. And then you and the girls soccer both make the Final Four. That must have been. I don't know of any school that I know of that's had that in quite a while.
Well, we lost our principal, Mr. Mance, and that was tough. And he is the biggest sports fan there ever was. And I think it's kind of ironic that happened this spring. When we lost him, and he loves all sports, and us to put together a spring like that, it was special. It was special to be a part of, and it was fun. Proud of the golf teams. They did unbelievable, and the soccer team. It's just great. It was great to be a Red Elephant for spring.
All right, Jeremy Kemp. Thanks for coming in, Jeremy. Good luck to the Red Elephants in the future, okay?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Time now to name our Athletes of the Week for last week from different diamonds once again. And once again for the males, it's going to be Michael Geddes of Gainesville High School baseball. He was undefeated this year as a pitcher and had a great offensive year as well. And for the females, it's going to be Anna Manis from Brenau softball. Golden Tigers finishing third in the nation. She was a big reason why. Some notes for you from golf. The Times Female Golfer of the Year was Madeline Harr of Gainesville, region champ and member of the state champion team. The GHS State Championship coaches, Clay McDonald of the girls, Bryson Worley of the boys, were the paper's coaches of the year. Some more guys shooting their age and lower. 79-year-old Carlisle Cox shot a 73 at Chattahoochee. Second time this year he shot a score lower than his age. And 77-year-old Bill Chambers shot a 77 at Chicopee, and 2 days later he shot a 75. In tennis, the Flowery Branch girls tennis coach Ginger Jackson was selected as the Region 8 Quad A Coach of the Year after leading her team to her first ever appearance in the state's Elite 8. From that team, Lady Falcon singles player Elizabeth Mallory and doubles team Becky Benton and Durden Smith were selected to the All-Region First Team. Singles players Anna Kate Shaw and Nicole Morris, as well as the doubles players Danny Taylor and Madison Smith, made the All-Region Second Team. Summer in the City tennis tournament coming up at Longwood in Gainesville on June the 12th through the 17th. Gary Sherby is your contact there at 678-410-1608. 4 members of the Gainesville High School girls soccer team recently played in the 2012 Georgia Soccer High School All-Star Game. It was played at the Marist School in Atlanta. Lady Elephants Liza Carpenter, Hartley Carter, Mary Catherine Dempsey, and Catherine Chambers all played in the 1-0 win for their team. That was the white team, made up of standouts from classes A, AAA, and Quad A. Blue team consisted of class AA and 5A players. Well, some big news from the world of canoeing and kayaking. After a 4-year cycle in which they battled one another, teammates, and the world, Tim Hornsby out of the Lanier Canoe and Kayak Club edged out Ryan Dolan from Hawaii in the men's K1 200-meter B final last Sunday in Germany to clinch the lone men's sprint kayak spot at the 2012 Olympic Games. Hornsby finished 5th with a time of 35.962. That's 0.334 seconds behind the race's first-place finisher. Dolan placed 8th with a time of 36.21. That is 0.248 seconds behind Hornsby. The race caps a tense year in which a number of U.S. athletes vied for the single Olympic spot. Dolan earned the shot for Team USA with a bronze medal performance at the 2011 Pan American Games. Hornsby made it a 2-man race by winning the 200-meter event at the 2012 U.S. Olympic Team Trials in April. Then the two kayakers battled to an inconclusive result at the World Cup #1 in Poland, and that brought them to last Sunday's decisive showdown. Quoting him here, "I'm still not really sure if it's real," Hornsby said. "It's been such a long process. Not only with this process, but the process of going to the Olympics has been a dream forever. It's amazing that it's actually happening. I'm tripping out. Can't believe it. There's still things I would like to improve on. That process is never ending. I really want to work hard to make those improvements. As far as making the Olympics, it's the best moment of my career." End quote. You know that the Lanier Canoe and Kayak Club will once again be well represented at the Dragon Boat USA national team, and the LCKC also dominated at the USAC marathon races not too long ago. Another round of championships at the Lake Lanier Olympic venue this past weekend. The site on Clarksbridge Road played host to the American Collegiate Rowing Association National Championships. Got a lot of folks that keep coming to that Olympic venue, don't we? Oh, we're going to have some more with the Lanier Canoe and Kayak Club next week. Gainesville resident Aaron Leach recently won the overall title in the Beast of the East Triathlon in Haynesville, North Carolina. Completed a 1.2-mile swim, 56-mile bike ride, and 13.1-mile run in 5:06:43. Yeah, over 5 hours of doing something. Aaron is a member of the Mansfield Oil Greyhound Endurance Team. And the American Powerlifting Committee National Championships in bench press and full power start this coming Friday in Jonesboro. Local Iron Dogs will attempt to defend their titles they won up in Illinois last year. The Dogs won state championships back in April, and we'll tell you all about that event on next week's show. That's our show for this week. I'm Garry Glenn. Join us next week right here for more Hall County Sports.
Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the pastor here at McEver Road United Methodist Church. And I was thinking this morning about how complicated life is. We have a lot of choices to make in life and not a whole lot of guidelines to do it sometimes. It's like being a parent. You know, I'd hoped when I was a parent that our kids would come into the world with their instructions printed on their bottom, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And parenting is so much guesswork. I'm amazed that we hear so many people talk on TV, and we can go into the bookstores and see the books and the folks on TVs that have all the answers, but you and I know that they don't have all the answers. And the answers aren't as simple as they tell us sometimes, that all you have to do is smile just right or say this thing or feed your children this and everything will be all right. You know, Jesus gathered with his followers after he was raised from the dead on a mountain in Galilee. And in Matthew 28, it tells us in verse 17 that even then some doubted. And I think that's interesting that the church was formed with some doubt in it. We don't have all the answers. We have some answers, but we don't have all of them. And if you'd like to be part of a community that doesn't have all the answers, but that can help you be at peace with the questions, well, then we invite you to join us at McEver Road. We invite you to come by and visit us at one of our worship services. Won't you come and see? Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the new pastor here at McEver Road United Methodist Church. And one of the things I've noticed here in Hall County is the number of churches that are here, and that is a great blessing. But it can also be a problem if you're trying to find a new church or you're investigating Christianity for the first time. There's so many churches and it seems like there's so little time. Well, we invite you to be our guest at McEver Road United Methodist. We will not give you a high-pressure approach. You can come in, make up your own mind at one of 3 of our worship services. We have 3 diverse worship services, one at 8:30, which is a gospel format service. We have a 10 o'clock service, which is not contemporary, but it's something more edgy and different, and we'd like to invite you to that if that's your style. And then at 11 o'clock, we have a traditional Methodist service. So we'd love for you to come be our guest and come and see. Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the new pastor here at McEver Road United Methodist Church. And one of the things I've noticed here in Hall County is the number of churches that are here, and that is a great blessing. But it can also be a problem if you're trying to find a new church or you're investigating Christianity for the first time. There's so many churches and it seems like there's so little time. Well, we invite you to be our guest at McEver Road United Methodist. We will not give you a high-pressure approach. You can come in, make up your own mind at one of 3 of our worship services. We have 3 diverse worship services, one at 8:30, which is a gospel format service. We have a 10 o'clock service, which is not contemporary, but it's something more edgy and different, and we'd like to invite you to that if that's your style. And then at 11 o'clock, we have a traditional Methodist service. So we'd love for you to come be our guest and come and see.